This gospel about persistence in prayer really made me think about my own prayer life, and I just wanted to share a little bit of that, not because it's impressive or anything to shout about, but precisely because it's not. As a priest, we make a promise that we'll pray at certain times during the day, certain psalms and readings, the office of readings. And in addition to that, we seek to nurture our relationship with the Lord through silence and stillness, through contemplation, meditation, just through sustained times of prayer. And I try and do that in the morning. And I have to confess that I often go there resistant, sometimes resentfully. I'm often distracted. I'm often fidgety. I'm often looking at the time to see how long there is left. Of course, there are times when it's incredibly peaceful. There are times when an hour seems to last only 5 minutes. There are times when I feel great consolation. But it's nothing spectacular. There's nothing wild or wondrous about it. It just happens, and there is a persistence in it. And I think what the Lord is saying in this gospel about, when this person is knocking up this friend from his sleep and trying to get hold of some bread and all the rest of it, what he's saying is, it doesn't matter how you feel when you go to pray, and you shouldn't be looking to feel anything. The important thing is that you go to pray, and that's the key thing. God will do the rest. You just turn up. That was a wonderful thing, a definition of prayer that Cardinal Hume used to use. The first rule of prayer is turn up. In other words, just do it. Be there. Make the time. Offer it to God, and He will do the rest. As for how we feel, as for how it goes, as for what we think it achieves, nothing to do with us really. We simply have to trust that God will work with what we offer Him when we give Him that time. So, I sometimes hear about and have witnessed these prayer services where everybody's like really happy and joyful and all the rest of it, and I think they're great. But what do you do when you're having a bad day? Do you just not go to that prayer service because you're having a bad day and you don't feel as though you can really get yourself up there? And that's why I love the Mass, because the thing is with the Mass, you just have to turn up. We have the ritual, we have the same things. It may not be entertaining, it may sometimes be boring, we may get distracted, but we know that it happens. We just simply need to be there. Yes, it's great if we can be consciously and actively engaged in all of it, but the first thing is to be there, and God will do the rest. The same with our prayer lives in general. Be there. God will do the rest. Don't get put off. Don't get disheartened. Don't convince yourself it should be going somehow else. It should be working so much better or feeling so much better than it does. Just turn up and God will do the rest.